This summer, what is our theme? Build a better world. All right. Now see, some of the t-shirts are floating, so the ones that has been here 3 times, make sure y'all have your tickets. If you hadn't been here 3 times yet, then maybe next time you get a ticket this time, and maybe next time you have your t-shirts. All right. So first next week we're gonna have stories with Pop. So we'll be having somebody here with balloons and telling the storyline with the balloons. So I hope that y'all come back with us next week. But this week we have our very own, the Brewton Fire Department. So we have Sergeant Jerkins with us, and he's going to talk to us and bring along a friend. So y'all pay attention and let's learn some things. Let's give him a hand, y'all.
Test. Can you hear me okay? All right. It's good to see y'all. Y'all having a good summer? Everybody having a good summer? All right. Anybody been swimming this summer? Yeah. I bet with all this rain we've had, some of y'all been swimming in your front yard, haven't you? I know my kids. My kids have. They've actually been swimming down the dirt road. Yeah. So who's ready to go back to school? Oh yeah. You know we are. Good. All right. Well, we're glad to be with y'all today. We're always glad to come out and willing to speak with kids and parents. This is more geared towards kids, but adults, if y'all listen, pay attention, y'all learn a lot too. So, like I said, I'm glad y'all are here. I've got a guest here. I know most of y'all have met him before. Does anybody know Dusty? Yeah. Dusty's.
He's my sister's softball coach.
Oh, okay, yeah. I know him. That's right. All right. So if y'all listen up here in just a few minutes, Dusty's got a few things to tell y'all, a few things y'all can learn about fire safety, and then when we're done, I'm gonna ask y'all a bunch of questions. Okay? We'll give y'all a little quiz and see what y'all can remember. Okay? Those of y'all that are just now coming in, if you'll see me after we're done, I'll give y'all a fire hat, okay? Oh, are you okay?
Yeah, I just got a little cold. Wow, look at all these people.
Yeah, and they come to see you, Dusty. What do you think about that?
I say,
Oh, here, let me help you with that.
Thank you.
Why don't you introduce yourself?
I am Dusty, the spectacular smoke smeller, reporting for duty.
Wow, so you're a smoke smeller?
A smoke smeller? My father's father was a smoke smeller. My father's father's father was a smoke smeller. And I am a smoke smeller. Let's face it, my whole family smells.
Well, tell everyone what a smoke smeller does.
A smoke smeller is constantly on the lookout for signs of a fire by smelling for smoke. And I'll have you know that dragons have the best smoke-smelling smellers in the world. If there's smoke within 10 miles, I can smell it. If there's a fire in the castle where I live, it's my job to sound the alarm so everybody has time to escape. Here, I'll give you a little demonstration. I will now smell for smoke with my smoke smeller snout. Nothing there. Nothing over there. Nothing there either.
So you're kind of like a smoke alarm.
I am the smoke alarm.
I mean, you're like the smoke alarms that people have in their houses.
That's a smoke alarm? Get out of here.
Really, it's battery powered and it smells for smoke all the time.
All the time? Well, I bet it can't make a loud noise and warn everyone to get outside to fresh air like I can.
Oh yeah, it does.
Wait just a dragon sniffing minute here. Are you trying to replace me with some newfangled battery-powered noisemaker? Say it isn't so.
Dusty, don't feel bad. You're much smarter than a smoke detector.
Oh, really?
You see, it can only do one thing. It can only make a loud noise when it smells smoke, like this.
Wow, that's really good. So does everyone have those things in their house?
I sure hope so, Dusty. Why don't you tell everyone what you do if you're asleep in bed and you hear this?
Hear a beep. It wakes you from your sleep and warns you of emergency. 1, 2, leap. There's smoke up there. It's crowding out the air. Your heart begins to beat real fast. You panic as you breathe your last.
Whoa, Dusty, stop. Don't panic.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I kind of got carried away. That's the one thing you don't want to do is panic. Actually, there's just a couple things you need to do when a fire happens.
What's that?
Well, when you hear the beep and you smell the smoke, get down on your hands and knees like a dog and start crawling.
Like a dog? Why?
Because there's less hot smoke close to the ground. Smoke from a fire can make you choke.
Are you okay?
Ooh, thanks.
Good. So you drop to the floor and then you crawl to safety.
That's right. You get out of the house as fast as you can and stay out. You gotta have fresh air or you could be in big trouble. I know because I'm a spectacular smoke smeller.
Okay, all right. So let's review the steps. The first thing you do is
It's like this. You gotta get down low. You gotta crawl out of there. You gotta stay outside. You gotta meet somewhere.
Whoa, stop, Dusty. Could you just tell us why a meeting place is so important?
A fire can make everything confusing, so you need to decide on a meeting place where everybody in the house can go to. It might be a mailbox, or a tree, or a neighbor's house, just as long as everybody knows where it is. That's where you wait for the firefighters to arrive.
So, because they're trained and prepared to fight house fires.
Firefighters wear helmets, boots, coats, and masks for their protection against the smoke and flames. So be smart. Get everybody out of a burning house and let the firefighters put out the fire. Never go back into a burning house. You could get hurt real bad.
Dusty, that's really good advice. You know, just the other day.
Whoa. You gotta crawl out of there. You gotta stay outside. You gotta meet somewhere. Now everybody repeat after me. You gotta get down low.
You gotta get down low. Y'all come on, stand.
You gotta crawl out of there.
You gotta crawl out of there.
Stay outside.
Stay outside.
You gotta meet somewhere.
Be somewhere.
You gotta.
Oh, here, Dusty. Let me help you. That was a close one.
That was a close one.
Are you okay now?
Yeah, thanks. Oh no. Huh?
Oh, here.
There. Wow. Thanks.
Okay, good. Bless you, Dusty.
Uh-oh. I better go lay down and get some rest for this cold.
Dusty, I think that's a pretty good idea.
Yeah, because I am the spectacular smoke smeller. What?
All right, so did y'all learn anything from Dusty? I hope so. All right, I just want to go over a few statistics with y'all. The NFPA, which is the National Fire Protection Association, they do a report every year, and it's usually about 2 years behind, but this is going to be for 2015. About every 23 seconds, there is some kind of fire inside the U.S. So every 23 seconds, that's a lot of fires, right? A lot of fire. So just in this few seconds I've been talking, we've already had one fire, okay? There's a structure fire about every 63 seconds, okay? Some kind of structure fire, whether it's a house fire or any kind of structure. Maybe a church, maybe a shopping center, okay? And then every 86 seconds there's a house fire. Am I hot? All right. So in the U.S., there is 1,345,000 fires every year in the U.S. That's a lot of fires. 1,345,000 fires. There's out of those fires, there's 3,200. Y'all listen up. Listen up. Everybody look up here. 3,280 deaths, 15,700 injuries, and $14.3 billion in property damage. $14.3 billion. Does anybody have that much money? I don't see no hands. That's a lot of money. Alright. So, we learned a few things from Dusty a while ago, right? Can anybody tell me what this is? A smoke alarm, right? What does a smoke alarm do? Smell smoke, right. Alright, so I hope this never happens to any of y'all. But if your house ever catches on fire, I hope you've got one of these in your house. I hope everybody has got one. And listen, if you live inside the city limits of Brewton, if you don't have a smoke alarm, all you have to do is tell your parents to call the Brewton Fire Department, and we'll bring you a smoke detector and put it up in your house, okay? For no charge, okay? So if you live inside the city limits and you don't have one, call the fire department, okay? We'll bring you one. So, if you're in bed at night and you hear this smoke alarm go off, what are we going to do? We're going to hide under the covers or get under the bed? No, what are we going to do? We're going to get out, right? Right. We don't want to stay in the house if we hear this thing going on. There's actually another kind of alarm that kind of looks like this. Does anybody know what kind of? There's two types of alarm. This is a smoke alarm, and what's the other kind of alarm? That look, carbon monoxide. That's right, also known as CO2, right? All right. Carbon monoxide can be very dangerous. And listen, parents, if y'all have any kind of gas appliances in your house, you need to make sure that you have a CO2 detector, a carbon monoxide detector in your house somewhere, okay? Carbon monoxide is a gas that you cannot smell, you cannot taste it, okay? It doesn't have a color to it, so you may not know that it's in your house, okay? So that's why you need a carbon monoxide detector. Okay, because it can hurt you very bad. What it does is it takes away the oxygen and you cannot breathe, okay? And you may not know it for a while because you may just have a little headache, a stomach ache, okay? But it can kill you, okay? So if you have gas appliances in your house or if you have a fireplace in your house, you need to have a carbon monoxide detector, okay? Alright, so does anybody know how to call 911? How do you call 911?
Get on the phone and say 911.
You get on the phone and you dial 911, right? Very easy. Very easy. Just 3 numbers, 911. What are you going to tell the dispatcher whenever they ask you what your emergency is?
There's a fire.
There's a fire, right? What else are you going to tell them? Do you know your address? It's very, very, very important that you know your address, okay? Very important that you know your address. Very important that you know your phone number, okay? You got to give the dispatcher a good location where you're at so they'll know where to send the fire department, right? What is another reason why the fire department have to come to your house? So they can put out a fire, right? What's another reason? How about if mama or daddy gets sick? Okay, the fire department's gonna come to your house then, right? Along with the ambulance. Okay? So it's very important to know your address and know your phone number, okay? If you don't know that, you need to learn it. Alright, like I said, I hope this never happens to any of y'all. But let's say that you hear this smoke alarm go off. How about that? It's pretty loud, huh? Think it'll wake you up if you're sleeping in bed at night? No? Some of you are saying no. Y'all must sleep really hard. Well, I hope it does. And I hope this never happens. But if your house catches on fire, I hope you've got one of these in your house, and I hope it goes off, and I hope it wakes you up. Okay? So, what are we going to do when we hear this go off? When we hear this, what are we doing? We're going to get out as quick as we can, right? All right? Are we gonna on our way out of the house? Are we gonna stop and grab our PlayStation? Are we gonna grab our puppy? Or we're gonna get all of our toys? No, we're not gonna do that. We're getting out, right? That's all of your stuff and all of your family. That's what the firefighters are coming to save, right? We're coming to save your house. We're coming to save your family. We're coming to save your toys. All right, listen. I want everybody listening. No talking. No talking up here, guys. All right. So don't worry about anything, okay? We want to get outside and stay outside, okay? So we need to make sure that we have 2 ways out of every single room in our house, okay? What can be 2 exits in a room? A window. What's something else? What's another exit out of a room? A door, right? So say if there's a fire in your house and you can't get out the door, we can always go out the window, right? All right, maybe if it's close to the ground and we can crawl out the window, that's a great idea. Okay. All right, and if you can't get out the window, we still want to try to let the firefighters know where we're at. Okay. Okay. So we need to shut the door and then open the window so that we can let the firefighters know that we're up there in the room. Okay. All right. So say our house is on fire and we get out of the bed and we're trying to get out of the house. Are we just going to stand up and walk out? What do we do? We're going to crawl out, right? Why are we going to crawl out? But why are we crawling out?
There's more smoke at the top than the bottom.
You're exactly right. And what's in that smoke? What's in that smoke? Really hot gases, right? Really hot gases, and we can't breathe that stuff in. It'll hurt us, okay? So down here close to the floor, we've got some really good clean oxygen down here at the floor. So we want to get down as low as we can, right? Is that all right? Can somebody show me how to crawl out? Just one person. Hang on, Sam. Yeah, just like that, real fast. We want to get out of the house, okay? Get down on your hands and knees again, Sam. Hang on, stop, right there. All right, now the smoke is getting really, really low. It's getting down to your head. What are you going to do? There you go. Get down on your belly, Sam. There you go. Crawl out on your belly. All right. So if the smoke gets farther and farther down and it starts getting into our mouth and we're breathing it in, we got to keep getting lower, okay? As low as we can possibly get and get out of the house. All right. Does anybody have a meeting place? You have a meeting place set up with your parents? Does everybody know where to go if your house catches on fire?
Mailbox.
A mailbox. Just like Dusty said, a mailbox is a great place for a meeting place, okay? But you need to decide with your family, but you need to sit down with your mom or your daddy and decide on a meeting place for all of your family to go to, okay? It can't be a different spot, say for you, and then a different spot for your sister or a different spot for your parents. It's all got to be the same spot, okay? That spot could be a tree, it could be a mailbox, it could be a neighbor's house, okay? So it needs to be the same spot. So when the firefighters arrive, if everybody's in that meeting spot, we know that everybody's there and safe and nobody's inside that house, okay? Very, very important. So, you ready to put on some gear for us there, Lieutenant? All right. Does anybody know what to do whenever your clothes catch on fire?
Stop, drop, and roll.
Stop, drop, and roll, right? Well, we've got another special guest here that we want to bring out to meet y'all. He always helps us out with this stop, drop, and roll demonstration. Y'all have any idea who he is?
Sparky!
Sparky. He's around here somewhere. I need y'all to yell for him. On the count of 3, we're going to yell for him, okay? We're going to yell Sparky on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Sparky!
Is he coming? I don't see him. I don't think y'all yelled loud enough. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3. Oh, hey, Sparky. Walk around and shake some hands, Sparky. Alright, come on up here, Sparky. Everybody make way for Sparky to come through. Alright, like I said, I hope this never happens to y'all, but if your clothes ever catch on fire, what are we going to do? Stop, drop, and roll, right? Alright, so Sparky here is going to demonstrate how we stop, drop, and roll. You ready, Sparky? Let's show the kids how we stop, drop, and roll. Alright, we drop down to our knees, cover our face, and we roll back and forth, right? That's how we do it. Good job, Sparky. Let's give Sparky a hand. Thanks, Sparky. Lieutenant Johnson, do you have your gear? Okay. Come on over here, Firefighter Baggett. I want to show y'all what a firefighter looks like whenever we have our gear on. This is what we're going to look like whenever we jump out of a fire truck, okay? If we come to your house running lights and sirens to a house fire, when we come to your house, we're going to have all this gear on, and we might look kind of scary, okay? But I just want y'all to see Firefighter Baggett here as he puts his gear on. You'll see that he's not very scary at all. Does anybody know what this is? What this is called that he's putting on? It's called bunker pants. Y'all see how thick it is?
They're fireproof.
That's right, they're fireproof. They're really thick. You see his boots? Made out of real thick leather. It's gonna protect us from fire, okay? Fire and heat. You see that he just put around his neck? It's called a Nomex hood. What do you think that's gonna protect? His neck, that's right. His neck and his ears. What is that he just put on? Yeah, it's called a turnout jacket. Or a bunker jacket. What do you think that is? That's the air tank, right? That air tank has got good clean oxygen in it for us to breathe. Why do we need that?
So you can breathe.
So we can breathe in that hot smoke, right? We can't go in a house just like y'all can't go into a house and breathe in all that smoke, right? So we're trained for all to breathe out of this air tank, so that we're trained to go into this house fire, right? Got a protective helmet. And what is this? What's he getting out of his pockets? Gloves. Gloves are very important too, right? Why? So we don't burn our hands, right?
Yeah, because it is.
So all of this gear without that air tank adds about 55 to 60 extra pounds on us. Okay, can you imagine carrying that much weight? And then whenever you add that air pack, it adds on about another 25 pounds. Pretty heavy, huh? So you're looking at around you know, 80, 90 pounds of extra weight that we got to carry around into a house fire, okay? But it's very important that firefighters train with this stuff on so that we know what it feels like whenever we're having to work in it, okay? This air pack that he's wearing, y'all see that? It's called a 30-minute air pack. But when we're in a working structure fire working, that's going to last about maybe 20, 25 minutes because we're breathing harder, right? We're breathing more air, moving more air out of that bottle. All right. So what do y'all think? Does firefighter bag look very scary now? No. Firefighters are our friends, right? We never want to run away from a firefighter. So if you're inside a house and you can't get out, and you hear firefighters come in and they're yelling your name, or you hear a lot of beating and banging, are we going to get scared and hide in a closet? No, we're not. We're going to go to him, right? All right, because he's our friend. He's going to help us get out of the house, right? All right, y'all give firefighter bag a hand. Good job. All right, so one more thing here. What can cause a fire? Somebody raise your hand and tell me what can cause a fire. What can cause a fire? What can cause a fire?
Gas.
Gas can cause a fire. We never play with gas and fire at the same time, do we? No.
A lot.
What can cause a fire? A lighter? Do we play with lighters? No. Lighters are extremely, extremely, extremely dangerous. And that is how a lot of fires get started, is because kids play with lighters and other things. What's something else kind of like a lighter that can start a fire, Luke? Fireworks can start a fire. We just had the 4th of July, didn't we? A lot of fireworks going off. All right. Fireworks can cause fires, and not only that, fireworks can also cause other injuries. All right, everybody wave to Sparky. He's telling y'all bye-bye. Everybody tell him thank you. All right. So what's something else? Tell me something else inside your house that can cause a fire. A magnifying glass can cause a fire, or glasses can cause a fire. Say if you're outside and the sunlight hits it just right, that's right, it can cause a fire. What's something inside your house that can cause a fire? A light bulb. Guess what? I'm glad she said that. Just about a year ago, we had a call to a house where there was a lot of smoke in the house, but they couldn't figure out where the smoke was coming from. So we walked all over that house and couldn't. It was a brand new house too. We could not figure out where that smoke was coming from. Finally, we went into a bedroom, and a little boy had thrown his shirt over a lamp. It took us forever to find that, but it was sitting over that lamp and right over the top of that light bulb, and it was heating up that shirt, and it was smoldering and making all that smoke. It was probably just minutes from turning into a fire, okay? So there's things like that we need to pay attention, what we're doing, and what else can cause a fire? Yeah.
When stuff's plugged up with your shirts and stuff over it.
That's right. Plugs, right? Parents, we want to make sure if we've got overloaded electrical outlets, that is a big no-no, big fire hazard. We got those electrical supplies, them long, what are they called? Help me. Surge protectors, yeah. Electrical strips is what I was trying to think of. Yeah, surge protectors. You can't overload them things, okay? So we want to make sure those aren't overloaded. If you feel of a cord and it's hot, you need to unplug it, okay? Very big fire hazard there. What's something else can cause a fire? What's something in your kitchen that can cause a fire? A candle can cause a fire, that's right. A stove. Did you know that cooking fires are the number one reason for house fires? Cooking fires, that's right. We get a lot of stove fires in Brewton. Luckily, we get there in enough time to put them out before they become an actual house fire. What's something else? An oven, that's right. An oven can cause a house fire. What's something else that can cause a house fire? Grease, that's right. Cooking on a stove. Something else. Matches can cause a house fire. What's something else?
Paper towels.
That's right, yeah. You leave your paper towels too close to the stove while you're cooking, make a big fire, right? Something else. A what? A power line, yeah. Power lines can cause fires. That's right. What's something else? Stove. What's something else? Yeah. Matches, that's right. You got something?
One time, me and my sister were playing with a lighter, and she was laying the lighter, and they was blowing the fire out of the lighter.
Yeah,
So
we don't ever.
it used to be a fire.
We should never, ever play with matches or lighters, okay?
We were being
Very important.
careful.
So tell me, what kind of calls do fire departments respond to besides fires? What kind of calls? Car wrecks, that's right. People can get hurt very seriously in car wrecks. What's something else? What's another kind of call? Medical calls. Yeah, fire departments respond to medical calls. What's something else? What's another kind of fire we hadn't talked about? Wildfires, that's right. What's another kind of fire? Forest fires. How about a car fire? Fire departments want to respond to car fires. What's something else that fire departments respond to? Vehicle fires? Is that what you said? Chemical fires? That's right. Yep. What do y'all usually call the fire department for to come and get out of the tree?
A cat.
A cat, right? We get calls all the time to get cats out of the trees. And you know what we say? That cat will come down. We're not going to get that cat. All right. I've had some friends that have called me before and say, hey, how do we get a cat out of a tree? You don't. Just wait till it comes down. It'll come down. All right. You think it's stuck, but it's not. All right. We've come and gotten snakes out of houses. We've gotten possums out of attics. We don't like doing that, but we have done it. All right. So have y'all been enjoying these events that the library puts on? I don't think they get near enough recognition for what they're doing. So how about, I know whenever we come to a library, we think they're really quiet, right? Use our quiet voice, be quiet, no running. All right, but we're going to break the rules just a little bit. All right, so on the count of three, I want y'all to let all of these library employees, let them know how much you appreciate them, okay? On the count of three, we're going to say thank you, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, y'all been good. Thank y'all for coming.